Hey, what's up, everybody? Quick tutorial. We're back here. I was going to talk about this topic that's been addressed before when people have questions for me about why we do some of these kind of coiling actions in the weight room, right? When I see a lot of other performance coaches just hitting up, traditional stabilization core exercises, okay, like planks and variations of that. Well, a couple things. One, let's relate it to sport, okay? So let's make sure that there's always some kind of correspondence. We're not just randomly doing stuff in the weight room. I don't have time anymore in my life to just do random stuff. Like it's going to relate to something now. There's going to be some correspondence. So I'm a wide receiver, okay? Wide receiver coaches are teaching to slip to get past press coverage on a DB. They are literally using the words coil, rotate, right? Get skinny. What is that doing? That's compressing one side, a unilateral compression, right? This kind of triplanar motion to manipulate your body while you're sprinting. So we'll talk about how you integrate that with a sprint in a second, because the wide receiver coaches are wrong on that, obviously. Okay, but it's the same thing as a basketball player. They're going to hit a jab to a crossover. That's a coil one side, rotate it to the other side while you're sprinting to get out of it. Okay, but it's the same in any sport. Soccer, hit them with the jab one way, boom, outside of the foot, take them down the other side. Lacrosse, anything that has manipulation of your body, most of the time will be comprised of some type of unilateral compressed state, coiled position. It might be to sprint out of it, or it might be to fate, or to juke, or to jab, to create space, then to move the opposite direction. Okay, so when we're doing some different coiling drills, yeah, there's like a capacity part of it. Like, do our athletes really have this fluidity through their torso and their spine to move in this fashion? Okay, now can we add some speed to it? Can we time it at certain points when we're moving? That's even more important. Okay, so we have a variety of types of drills that we use here in the weight room that then correspond to the sport. Okay, so then when we're talking to them on the field doing sprints, yeah, like we're going to do a sprint, and then I do want you to coil, get skinny, get around the edge, right? I want you to hit like a half turn. They have some understanding, but not only that, their body has an awareness of this type of feeling of a compressed state on one side while they're moving in space. Okay, but let's go back to the wide receiver coach real quick, because he'll tell them, right, like I'm on left side of the line of scrimmage, boom, and I'm getting skinny. Then he'll tell them to push out of it. Still traditional track and field cueing. Okay, let's back away from that. Let's still worry about you're falling. So let's get a switch. Okay, with the switch, am I getting out in front? How are you getting out in front? What's the mechanism? Are you accelerating your hip to get out in front to get the switch to continue the fall? Well, it's easy. You just look at also a shin angle change happening. All those things are super easy, okay? But they're not the same as the coaches, even basketball coaches, like drive past, really, boom, drive past your defender. Okay, and how are you going to get that back leg, swing leg retraction through? That's going to take some time. Okay, so it's different what a lot of the coaches are teaching and what they should be teaching. So just finishing off with understanding we do movements in the weight room that have some correspondence to on-field, on-court application. And one of them for us is to hit some of these rotational patterns in the weight room, right? Not all these like sagittal linear plane core exercises only, or that much of it at all, to be honest with you, with me. Okay. So have fun with this information. Do what you want, pass it along, or just keep swiping if you don't like.